from Hussein. The first part of the statement is an easy concept to understand, but the second one is one I want to focus on. I am from Hussein signifies the Prophet's existence is because of Hussein. He was foreshadowing that Hussein was he who would save the efforts of all the 124,000 prophets, including the religions, books, and messages from God. Then, the only remaining son of Imam Hussein, Imam Zain al-Abidin alayhi salam, gave his sermon to Yazid in his court. When Yazid realized that Imam Sajjad's sermon was having an effect on all the people that he had already brainwashed, he decided to change the atmosphere by having somebody recite the call of prayer. Unfortunately for Yazid, Imam Sajjad used the call of prayer to further explain Yazid's faults. In the call of prayer, it is stated, "I witness that Muhammad is Allah's messenger." As soon as that statement was made, Imam Sajjad stopped the caller and looked towards Yazid. He said, "In this call for prayer, whose name is recited? Is it your grandfather's or mine?" That same prophet that was referred to in the call of prayer was the grandfather of the people that you just slaughtered and held as captives. Yet you still say Muhammad is Allah's messenger. This is when Yazid realized his crimes were not only going to be accounted for after death, but also in this lifetime. Not only was this a crime against Islam, no, it was a crime against humanity. I'm sure those of you who are not familiar with Islam, or those who are hearing the story for the first time, felt sad after hearing the tragedies put upon this family. The same way, a Jewish scholar who had heard the message of Imam Sajjad asked Yazid, "Who is this person?" Yazid replied and told him, "It was the son of Hussein, who was the grandson of Muhammad, peace be upon him." Even the scholar, who was not Muslim, said, "This is the son of your prophet's daughter, and you have killed him? If our prophet Moses left a child among us, we would have respected him. As far as you are concerned, your prophet left this world only yesterday, and you rebelled in this manner? Woe upon you." And I'm sure the question's popping in your head, why are we still crying about something that happened 1400 years ago? Why don't we just get over it? It's true, one purpose is mourning, in the belief that tears that we shed for Imam Hussein have spiritual power and they purify our soul. But the greater aspect is awareness. Imam Hussein once stated, "A death of dignity is better than living a life of humiliation." He set a precedent that oppression of any form needs to be put down. No oppression will be tolerated no matter the race, color, ethnicity, or religion of the victims. It is a tradition of the sixth Imam, Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam. Every day is Ashura and every land is Karbala. This is not a literal meaning, but it means every day until now, oppression is present. Every land is Karbala means that no matter what land we are in, oppression is present. The battle for truth and justice is an ongoing one, and it must be fought daily. He was trying to explain that we have this education and example from the tragedy of Karbala, from which we can learn. There are many lessons that we have learned from the tragedy of Karbala. We should all unite and promote the message of Imam Hussein and Lady Zainab, salamullahi alayha, with the example of Ashura before us, so that we may lift the standard of truth and justice against tyranny. Let me tell you why we're here and what our cause is. There are great lessons to be learned from the tragedy of Karbala, and if everybody learned these lessons, we would all have a more peaceful and just society. Our actions are naturally expressed in grief and sorrow. We cry every time we hear the story of Karbala because of the tragedies that occurred with the family of our holy prophet. Their greatest tragedy was the oppression by the tyrants who wanted to change Islam and its values at any cost, which the Imam would not stand for. We are here to thank him for his sacrifice and the great deed he did for Islam. But that one thing is for sure, we must not only cry and show our grief, we must apply his teachings to our everyday life to ensure a good society. Allahumma al-an qatalat al-Husayn alayhi salam wa ashabihi. Salawat.